Well, hello, Lake Orion. Hope you're all doing well, staying warm in the month of March here. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am Between Taorminas. Well, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
We have a season.
We have a season of what?
We have a track season with all this weather.
Really?
Yeah.
Is snowshoeing an event this year?
Maybe not. No.
No?
I don't know.
How are they gonna-
I can't believe your girlfriend was here and you kicked her out. What kind of man are you?
We don't talk about behind-the-scenes stuff on the air, all right? We're talking about sports. Keep
What
it to
kind of
sports.
man are you?
What kind of person are you?
Like you.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
just like you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, listen. The Lions play 16 games a year, right?
I thought
but-
we were going hockey first.
What?
Yeah.
We're going Lions first.
Lions.
Okay.
All right.
The Lions.
The NFL is a league where the season never ends, and free agency just started the other day, right?
Yes, it did.
Unfortunately, the Lions are a bit handicapped with what they can do in free agency, right?
Seems like it when Clay Ford died.
Well, there's that, but there's also the lingering Sue effect. Right?
Yeah, as we discussed last week.
He has 1 year left on his deal, and he's not restructuring it, meaning limited cap room,
Mm-hmm.
because the NFL is a capped league, right?
Yes.
Is this man being selfish?
No.
Why not?
Because Sue is doing what's best. He probably wants more money, even though he's got the Omaha Steak commercials and the Subway commercials that he makes money off of. I think that I think he's doing what's best right now for him and his family.
For him.
For him
Even
and
though
his
he's been
family.
paid millions upon millions, and the Lions.
I feel like
Suck.
we discussed this last week.
We
I
did,
really
but
do.
the same issue's still here, right?
Yes, but I feel like
So what's a new issue, Tony? What do you got for me?
for fans, I recommend you watch last week's episode. You'll see my response on Domkin Sue. Anyways, I think that we should discuss the Lions made a new move.
I got a guy.
They got a guy from Seattle
Yeah,
during a snowstorm.
right.
They did business with Golden Tate. 5-year deal. What do you think about that, gentleman?
You look at Golden Tate. Played at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people say this move could help Calvin Johnson out,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought maybe they could have used an extra slot receiver because everybody knew Nate Burleson was not coming back.
Well, Nate was your number 2.
Yes.
They got Golden Tate to replace Nate, right?
But problem is you need another slot receiver. And I don't know if the Lions have a slot receiver. Ryan Broyles is injury prone, as we know. But, the need that the Lions really need is at corner. And I think the Lions should use the draft to address their corner issues.
Did we talk about this last week, too? I think we did.
Anyways,
Is there anything new to talk about?
with Golden Tate, this move actually could be a benefit to the Lions because the Lions need another wide receiver
Right.
to help out Calvin. It does help the offense a little bit because it gives Stafford another option other than Calvin to look at. I think that this move in the long run, and also the turnover ratio or the down ratio for Golden Tate, it's pretty good. He doesn't drop a lot of catches. The issue, though, to be honest with you, as good of wide receivers as the Lions have, it's going to take a good quarterback. Is Matt Stafford that type of quarterback that's going to be good?
Okay, here's the thing with the Lions. That slot receiver is going to kill this team. Because if you look at it here, you look at this team. Yeah, the Lions just re-signed Joy Bell,
Mm-hmm.
I think
And
that's a
that's not a good move at all. It doesn't make
What?
sense. Reggie Bush is like your main guy.
Yeah.
Unless you move Reggie Bush to the slot, then who knows with this offense. But
How can you say that not signing Drake Bell is a bad? The guy's from Wayne State, for crying out loud. He's a local
the
boy.
Lions need to address more defensive issues. They're just,
Yes, they
I
need
mean,
to
like you
address
look at their
defensive
defense. Besides Sue and Fairley, Steven Tugg's got to be on awful. Can't play linebacker.
What?
Um,
He's not that bad.
he can't play linebacker.
Oh my
Let's
God.
see. Chris Houston is just got to be on awful.
God beyond awful. What is
He's
this
an
term you're
X-ray
using?
fly. And then, they have to address their safety issues. They have to address the corner issues. They don't have a secondary. Their secondary's got to be on awful. Their
God
secondary has gotten burned. I was a little disappointed that Darrell Revis didn't sign with the Lions.
He went to New
Went to
England.
New England. And, of course, and I was also surprised that DeMarcus Ware decided to go to Denver instead of the Lions.
You know why none of these guys went to the Lions? They
suck.
have no money. They have no money. Why? Go ahead, say it.
You blame Sue.
Sue.
You blame
You're darn
Sue.
right. They need to trade him.
You think they need to trade Sue?
They need to trade him.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Trade him. Get a first and a third possibly. Huh? More help in the defensive backfield.
There's
And
no doubt the Lions
more
need
money.
help defensively.
Big time.
But bottom line is that if I'm the Lions, even though I don't know if this is going to happen or not, I ask Sue to restructure his contract.
I think they probably tried. First off, he didn't have an agent. They couldn't talk to anybody. Secondly, it didn't happen. I'm
Well,
sure-
they say discussions are ongoing right now. That's what they just said.
But free agency already happened. All the big names are already off the board.
Not all of them.
Who's on the board?
Well, Darren Sproles got traded today.
Who's a corner or a safety that you would want that's on the board?
Who's that guy from Baltimore?
Thank you. Who is
Who's
that guy?
from
I don't know.
Yeah,
Some no-name guy that
Some
they're going to
no-name
have to
guy.
sign because they have no money.
right. Because they got no money, and
Right.
This is
why I brought up Sue again.
why the Lions.
And I
This
got
is why the
yelled at.
Lions are probably the biggest,
There you go.
the
Yeah.
most stupidity team in the entire league, especially now because you got William Clay Ford's widow running the team.
All right.
You got, which I think that's going to be a disaster. Look at the Karen Dumars. Look at the
Karen
Karen
Davis.
Davis.
I know.
Davidson,
It could
and
be
then
bad.
that was a disaster.
Uh-huh.
And then you look at that. I just think I know women in empower positions.
You have at least one female watching the show. She'll be careful. All right?
Be very
Yes.
careful, man.
It's just like I don't work with the Cincinnati Reds. But right now it's so difficult, for a female to run a professional sports team right now. It is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being mean. I mean, yes, I think a female can do it, but I just thought personally that Karen Davison did an awful job on the Pistons. And I'm not sure what to expect from Wayne Clay Ford's widow here when she runs the Lions. Because I think if you look at it here, why is there a salary cap in the NFL, first of all, when the NFL makes billions and billions of dollars based on television revenue? Why?
There should be a salary cap in every league, but it should be a little higher.
It should be a little bit higher, yes.
Right.
Should be
Because
at
every
least-
team's making money.
every team's making money. Even the Lions are making money.
Somehow, some way. All right, hey, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about something right here on Between Taorminas. Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV, and we have a guest on the show right now, Garrett Kaloje, an award-winning guest. How are you, big guy?
Hey, you know what? I'm doing good. Just
Good.
basking in the glory of that award. It hasn't really set in yet.
Would you like to tell the people at home about the award?
Yes, actually, I was a recipient of the 2013-14 Michigan Association of Broadcasters Award for the best radio talk show among the college radio stations, which is a very prestigious honor, and I'm very, very grateful for that, along with my buddy Mike Sullivan, who you know very well.
We know Mike. We all know Mike.
You know, and that helped out WXOU tremendously. It really did.
And they won Station of the Year again.
Yes, they did. Third time in a row. So, you know, there's a lot of good things going on at the basement of the Oakland Center in Oakland University.
We can all be proud Golden Grizzlies, right?
I know this guy's a proud Golden Grizzly. We've
Sam
got
doesn't
two
look
proud
too-
Golden Grizzlies.
I'm proud.
I'm proud.
Sam's not that proud yet. Listen, we want to talk hockey, though.
Okay.
You know, enough bragging. Let's discuss the NHL because was there like 20 games left for each team, roughly? And with the new divisions, the new realignment, you know, a little bit different look to the playoff format this year, especially if there's no Red Wings in it. It'd be a little different.
I can't believe that.
But
Can you believe it?
I can believe that they're going to make it, all right? So
No,
just
they
slow
won't.
your roll.
Hey, your
Slow
team-
your roll.
No.
I was there last Thursday.
Colorado.
That game just tore my heart into pieces.
I am so proud.
You take that back.
I am so proud.
Well, you know, the Stars, of course, you
Yeah,
know, without Rich
well,
Peverly, of course, who had the irregular heartbeat, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, he had a collapse, you know what I mean? Like, and the Stars, of course, that next night went and beat St. Louis the next night without
Emotional
Peverly.
win.
It was an emotional win for the team. You know, Stars are battling for that 8th spot right now in the Western Conference. Right now with Phoenix, and then of course you got Vancouver rolling, and then you got
Winnipeg.
and then Winnipeg. You know, I just think the Stars have just enough, I think, to make the playoffs as the 8th seed, maybe even the 7th seed, depending with the Wild.
With what happened with Peverly, I think they have the chance to get there. The West is very top-loaded this year, though, with the Blackhawks, with the Blues, with the Ducks, dare I say, Anthony's
Avalanche.
prize Colorado Avalanche. But, you know, the West is tough. Now, at the same time, the East is playing out to be very easy, but the Wings just aren't getting it done. They don't have, you know what, they're injured. Quite frankly,
There's
man,
no excuse for that at all. There is absolutely no excuse for the Wings to be missing out in the playoffs. Let's be flat out honest with you. It doesn't matter what type of talent you have on the Wings. There is no excuse for the Wings.
Their
to be
captain is
missing out.
dead, and their best player is
Yeah.
out as
Doesn't
well.
matter. Doesn't matter.
It
Look
does
at the
matter.
trade
No,
deadline.
no,
This is
no,
what
no,
the-
no.
Look at
That
who you got in the
matters.
trade
That
deadline.
matters.
If you look at this is the Detroit Red Wings. The
Yeah,
22-time
yeah,
making
yeah.
appearances in the playoffs. Everybody was expecting the Detroit Red Wings to make the playoffs in the easiest East. You know why? It's the easiest East because the Red Wings should be manhandling teams in the East.
but not when you're missing.
Doesn't matter. No excuse.
When you're missing your best 2 players for half the season, imagine Colorado missing their best 2 players or Dallas missing their best 2
witnessed that.
players.
Thank you.
I'm
And
just
what
saying.
happened to him?
Okay, let's look
They
at
weren't this
let's look
good.
at it here. Let's look at it here with Detroit. You know, Detroit. Yeah, I understand they had, and of course they made an acquisition to bring in David Legwand
Yeah,
from the
Whalers.
Predators.
I know.
That was a questionable trade right there.
Yeah.
In that aspect. But here's the thing, Detroit, they don't have it. Their defense is not very good. No. That's why that they're losing games that they should win games. You know what I mean? If you look at Detroit right now, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs the way they're playing right now. I mean, look at Colorado. Colorado playing good hockey right now. I think Patrick Waugh, in my opinion, should be coach of the year.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
like, and then you look at, and then you look at the Stars. I mean, like,
Good
you know,
riddance.
Oh, God.
they've been playing much better lately.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they're one of the hottest
Oh,
teams right
boy.
now in hockey right now. And then, of course, I think if you look at it here, I think there's 2 of the 3 teams going to make the playoffs. I think Colorado's going to make the playoffs, probably maybe as a 3 seed. And then I think Dallas for sure makes the playoffs maybe as a 7 seed. I think Minnesota somehow is going to fade.
You know what?
fade
I'm
the
just going to
playoffs.
say this much. Streaks don't mean nothing if you're not competing for cups and if you're not getting into the conference finals. And yes, the Wings have had a down year. And yes, you can blame their injuries all they want. But look at where Chicago is, Boston is, St. Louis, and Anaheim are. It's because what happened? They had a couple bad years. They reloaded in the draft. They reloaded in the offseason. And now they're in the spot that they're in right now. So not everything is panic mode in Hockey Town. I'm still a believer, but I just say this season is in the bag. You know what? The streak is going to end at some point. It's going to end this year.
I do agree.
I think my biggest disappointment with the Wings, it's not that they're missing the playoffs because 22 years is, or 23?
It would be 23 this year.
22 years is pretty incredible.
Yes.
But when you re-sign Todd Bertuzzi, when you sign Samuelson, Daniel Cleary.
And that's been the problem. Ken Holland keeps doing the same old. He's still a good GM. He just is too reliant on these older players. He needs to usher in the new generation.
Can I be flat out honest with you? When I watched the
Avs versus
the Wings,
What?
I was
We were
very
beating you
impressed
2
with-
periods of
Can
the
I
game.
finish my point? Thank you.
2
All
periods
right.
of the
Can
game.
I was very impressed with the Red Wings kids. They're the real deal. I think you build a nucleus around them. You build that nucleus around them, the Wings are going to be just fine.
It's worked
But
with
the thing is, it's
Colorado.
old.
It's worked with Colorado. It's worked with Dallas. You know, I mean, with the young nucleus, you know, you can get success. You know what I mean? It does take years to rebuild that success. Just 2 years ago, Colorado was the worst team in hockey. I mean, but with Detroit, times have changed. You got to rely on the young.
Well,
the
they've
youth
got
and the
young
nucleus.
kids.
And also, I also think what's hurting Detroit, Jim Nill leaving Detroit
Oh,
for
God.
Dallas.
I-
Painful.
That
It
for you
jabs
guys
me.
is painful. I mean, Jim Nill has done a heck of a job in Dallas, especially turning that franchise around.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
what's
whoa.
killing you guys
It's a little
right now.
painful, yeah.
Is Jim Nill leaving Detroit to go to Dallas?
You look
He had an
at-
opportunity to be a GM.
Ian Garrett, let me be it. Do you guys expect the Wings to beat the Rangers? Answer. What
I
do you
don't
expect?
them to go to
Do you
get shut out in
expect the
2
Wings?
games.
Do you expect the Wings to beat the Blue Jackets?
Yeah.
Both
They're
of you. Do you
kryptonite
expect
to
it?
the Wings. I think they could beat them, but probably.
But do you expect the Wings to beat every team in the East?
Are you talking in a playoff series or in one game?
I'm talking about and everything.
Well,
you
everybody in the East is winning. Everybody in the East is getting hot, and the
That's
Wings
no
aren't.
excuse.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing.
Well, you're right.
If the Wings
No.
get in the playoffs, I think they
If
have
they're
a
in the
shot to win a
East-
series.
Well,
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If they
Maybe.
draw Boston, not if they draw Pittsburgh. But winning or playing games where you score 1 goal, you score no goals, that's not a defensive issue. You know what I mean? That's a goal scoring issue. Wings don't score goals.
They need to get some players in there that can put the puck in the net. Kenny Holland has $22 million next year to spend on like 6 players. He's got to go in there. He's got to blow everything up and just kind of blow it up and just use all that money.
The kids on the Wings are good, but the thing is it's a lot of these older veterans.
Gotta say goodbye to the
time.
old guys.
Oh yeah. You
No
have to.
re-signing.
Especially
All right.
Franzen.
Okay. I wouldn't mind seeing him gone, to be honest. Hey, when we come back, somebody's getting called out right here on Between Taorminas.
Hi, this is Sean Belligeon from Fox 2 and State Champs. And when I am in Lake Orion, I do not miss Between Taorminas. You want to know what's going on locally? How about that Lake Orion hockey team? They've got quite the program going. Go check out Between Taorminas.
Hey, Sammy, Anthony, and Ian, this is Dan Miller from Fox 2 News and the voice of the Detroit Lions. Congratulations on 2 years. A lot of shows don't make it that long, but you guys are obviously doing the right thing, so way to go. Keep it going. Keep doing what you do, and we look forward to talking to you again next year when you hit another anniversary. Until then, we'll talk to you soon.
We'll do baseball.
Hey, welcome back to Between Taorminas, and supposedly it's almost spring. I can't really tell, but
Crack of the bat's almost here.
yeah, close.
Yeah, but there's
The
still
Motor City
2 feet of
Kitties?
snow on the ground.
Right? Yeah.
And they got to lay down new sod at Comerica's Park.
New sod's coming. Supposed to be laid down next week. So the
Supposed to be.
basic
It's a keyword.
question is, are they going to play March 31st? Are they going to play baseball?
No.
No.
I think you
No.
are crazy because they'll get it done.
Can you give me an answer here? I'm saying why no. Here's why. Because there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. It's like a huge snowstorm. You know, we just had a snowstorm on The other
Yesterday.
day.
Yeah,
Yesterday. We had a
yesterday,
snowstorm the other day. We had about 8 inches fall here.
Okay.
And basically, it's going to be almost impossible to just get that field to start.
But
And then,
the
of course,
park's not in
there's
Lake
also a
Orion.
possibility of next week possibly getting another snowstorm.
How much would that bring them?
Probably about the same that we had.
Honestly,
That's
I'm
what
going to say
one
this.
model's saying.
There's 2 things that they invented called heated tarps and heated fields. And as long as they have a 4 or 5 day period to put the sod into Comerica's Park, they will get it done. They will get it done.
I like your optimism.
I want to hear that crack of the bat, that ball hitting the leather.
The Tigers have an offense besides Miggy.
Yeah, they do.
You know what?
Yeah. Quit skipping
Steven
subjects
Drew.
here, though.
Steven Drew.
What?
Bring in Steven Drew.
No.
No. No.
No, you know what though?
Why? Why?
Well,
Shin
Iglesias.
splints?
Yeah, Iglesias' shins are about to explode.
No, they're not.
I don't trust Lombardozzi.
Listen,
I will say this though: this team will be better than they were last year.
I think so.
They will manufacture runs. They will have a guy go from first to third, or a guy go from first to home, rather than just driving that. Once they hit in the gap, and if you got a fast guy at first, they are going to make that run count. Whereas
agree.
last year they would not have done that.
I completely agree because you did not have a lot of speed on the team last year.
Yeah, you did not. That's why you had guys end up at third all the time.
Plus, you had a manager, God rest his soul, Jim Leland, who I love, but he was not one for. He's more of a station-to-station kind of guy, right?
Oh, he's a very, very station guy, and it was very, very, very fundamental.
We got that dedicating coming up in 2 weeks. You know, we're previewing the Tiger season in 2 weeks.
Oh, boy.
So the issue, I guess, today is not really previewing the season. It's more hoping the season happens.
Starts, yes.
Because even if they do start on time, how nice is the field going to be?
That's the question.
They're laying new sod. Aren't there going to be like gaps and chunks and, you know?
Still will
The
be.
field might not be playable. It could be like a minefield.
And what's the temperature going to be?
You don't
Could
know.
be in the 30s.
Could be in the 40s. Could be in the 50s. You know?
Could be. It could
All right,
be.
let's go to call-outs here. Ready to go?
Oh boy, I just wanted to say something. Rest his soul, Andy Dirks. Anyways,
He'll be back.
No,
Don't worry
no,
about it.
he won't be back.
He'll be back.
Oh, man.
Rajay Davis is
Are you
going
going to start the doom and gloom again in May?
Yeah, they're already doomed.
The Rajay
All right.
Davis and Daniel Fields experiment. Anyways,
Yeah, well, Stephen Moy is there, too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Before we when we go on the Tigers.
You going to call it Garrett?
No.
Just going to hold his
All
head?
right. My call out this week
Oh,
is
God.
going to involve college basketball. You know, you want to call it? Look at those college.
Why?
Teams. Why?
Why
Why?
am I in your
Simple.
picture?
God, I like you in the pictures.
Fine.
Why?
I don't
Simple.
get it.
Look, Oral Roberts going to Summer League. Okay, I should never have left in the first place. It's a shame. Well, you're coming back now. You should have stayed. Good
like
for
the
you.
haircut,
Have
Ian.
fun.
Thanks.
IPFW. I cannot believe the Elephant almost made the NCAA tournament.
It's your team, Ian. That's your team.
Yeah, I
buddy.
love those guys.
they love you in Fort Worth.
They love
No,
you.
I
in
know.
Fort Worth.
They can
Right.
make you mayor.
I'll run.
You'll run for mayor? Hey, you better date that elephant.
Well,
No offense to your girlfriend.
Don the Mastodon.
All right. Anyways, IPFW at the same time. Congrats on almost making the NCAA tournament. You might make it next year. Wisconsin Green Bay. Your record 25-6. Should be making the NCAA tournament.
You beat Virginia for
You
crying
beat
out loud.
Virginia for crying out loud. What do? You lay an egg against Wisconsin Milwaukee. Now Wisconsin Milwaukee's in the NCAA tournament. Good for Wisconsin Milwaukee. Congratulations. I'm happy for the Panthers to get it done. I'd rather see my Golden Grizzlies make it to the tournament, but it is what it is. But Green Bay, you have nobody to blame but yourselves for missing the NCAA tournament if you don't make it on selection.
Kind of look like the eagle there, Ian, with the tan look. Kind of like the hair though.
thanks. You know, I got a question about that.
Yeah.
Was grievances spelled right? Who did the spell check on that one?
I don't know.
I don't know how to spell it. I'm just wondering.
Well, okay. Here's my call.
Oh, okay. You don't have anything to say about that? I don't want to be in your shot for
I'm
this,
very
to be honest.
upset about one meteorologist's projections of maybe having another snowstorm coming up. But I'm gonna call out Chuck Gatica. Chuck Gatica. What? Let's look at it here. We just got hit with 8 inches of snow yesterday. And then I've been here, and then after I'm digging, almost dying out there.
You almost died?
Yes. And then,
Oh, man.
hearing the fact we might have another snowstorm coming in the horizon. Why? This area doesn't need any more snow. We don't. Detroit is 3 more inches, and then you break a record. And you say we're going to have another snowstorm similar to the one we got? Who are you? Can you get the models right? I've been checking one model from the National Weather Service, and they said it's going to be rain and snow mix. Oh, that's a huge difference.
Easy.
And then I've been hearing it's going to move from this storm's supposed to miss the south and the east. That would be perfect. I'm sick and tired of the cold. Bring on spring. Please, for God's sakes, please bring spring.
You know that Chuck Ganica deep down would want us to not have another snowstorm, right? You are aware of that, right? I mean, Dave Rexroth, on the other hand, would like to have us have another snowstorm.
Luderman. There's also Rich Luderman, everybody's favorite meteorologist. Impromptu call out here has to go to the one, the only Mother Nature. Has to go to the one and only Mother Nature for being an absolute D-bag about everything this winter and just basically giving us everything. I know, that's why I put it in the PG form.
Let's bleep that one.
Yeah,
I don't like Mother Nature anymore.
Hey, don't push it, or we're gonna get tornadoes here in the state. Don't push it.
Would you rather have
I'm
another
done with her.
snowstorm or a tornado?
I would rather pick a snowstorm over an EF5 tornado any day.
I'm just saying, if I
I'll
was
take
in a
tornado.
relationship with Mother Nature, we'd be
I'm loving
done.
it.
Really?
This is back when I was in school. I was called the king of weather.
Yeah, so why
For
are
my
we calling you
projection.
out?
Stay away from tornadoes, okay? That's scary.
Okay.
Unless you want to get out. So please don't curse Mother Nature.
All right, well, does anyone have anything relevant to say, to add in about sports?
We all know the playoffs are coming up for the NHL, and we all know that
NCAA tournament selection Sunday is coming up, along with the NIT, CBI, and CIT tournaments.
Hashtag
Fun
save
time
the
of the year.
pick. Save the pick, fire Dumars, get rid of Goris, do something.
Thank you. That's NBA. I'm picking Michigan State to win the Big Ten tournament.
You,
Quiet!
you think they're going to get their act together?
I think Michigan State wins the Big Ten tournament this weekend.
Go Blue.
All right, fine.
I think Michigan State wins the Big Ten tournament as well.
I think Iowa wins it.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I think the Iowa State crowd's going to flop.
Maybe. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for next week's March Madness preview show right here on ONTV. Good night.